Everybody ready? All right, camera speeding, and action.
Zelly.
Hi,
Hi, Zelly Vibes. How are you?
I'm doing amazing.
I'm very happy that you're here.
Me too.
Anybody that knows us knows we've been friends for a long time, almost 10 years.
We're kind of we're like lifers now.
I agree totally. So one thing I wanted to just jump right out and say and talk about is like, some people now, not everybody knows you from like day one. A lot of people may know you from very recently.
Yeah.
So a piece of deep lore, a piece of Zelly Vibes deep lore, is that you were once really big in Mexico. So I don't know anything about that. And I was thinking about the fact that other than that I know that fact, I don't know anything about that. So I wanted to ask you about that.
No,
Like
for
just
sure.
come right out the gate and just boom, put you right on the spot.
Well, I started with Mexican folk music like mariachi, regional, that kind of vibe. And so growing up, my mom was trying to help put me on like typical parents, they, find out their daughter could sing, so they're trying to look for um, places or opportunities, for their kid. And so that's how it was for me. And I did a lot of contests for Spanish TV, and that's actually how I started to get a lot of my following. Yeah, because
Okay.
I've never paid for followers or anything like that. Everything happened super organic with me because of the shows that I was doing. I was getting followers from there.
I feel like buying do people, you think people still do that? I feel like that's
Yeah.
really? You think so?
Yes.
See, I
It's so lame.
I was in the thought of like, that was like 2014, 2015, or like 20 teens kind of thing to do. And I feel like a lot of people were doing it, but so you think people still doing it now?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, for sure.
Why? I almost feel like it's kind of cooler to be like a lower follower count or at least like a realistic follower count that fits,
Right.
you know?
Because, honestly, why would I want a fake following and I have no support, no real
Right.
support?
Right.
Like, it's kind of like, okay, like how you see there's artists that are popping online, but when you see them in person or their concert, it's like a lot of artists cannot sell tickets.
Right.
A lot of people can't because it's like people might like and be entertained by what they see online, but who's really gonna care about what you got going
Right.
on, like, your career or like your dreams or, your interests and stuff. Like, I feel like it's totally different. That's how you really know who are the people who are your real supporters and the ones that don't. So I would rather have real support than fake following online and look lit, because I feel like I'm verified in real life.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Ask
I'm gonna
about
use
me.
that. I'm gonna
Like,
steal that.
that's it. You too. You're hella verified in real life.
So and not to go too far off on a tangent here, but like I also feel like is follower count that important anymore? Like at least like I feel like it used to be a really big deal.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's maybe this is just me getting older, but like I feel like I don't go to a page and see a whatever, like a relatively low follower count and go like, oh, this person's not important or not relevant.
Yeah, like who even, yeah, that's hella crazy. Like, I'm pretty sure there's people like that, because I'm not gonna lie to you, like, I have seen, especially like with people that are not creatives,
Yeah.
I think it's kind of crazy and weird when this happens to me, but I see as soon as they see who's following me, or like, that I have some type of, emotion going on online or whatever. It's kind of like I see the switch up, like I literally see it when they ask for my Instagram or whatever. And
Yeah, it goes from like, oh, no big deal to like, oh.
right,
Yeah,
exactly.
woo,
It's
woo.
really, really weird. But me personally, I don't care about that. I don't. I think that's really weird how it's like based on following, especially because me, I care about social media because of what I do. Otherwise, I wouldn't really care about it like that.
Yeah, I would like to think that's most of us, unless you are, unless your job is social media, and then that's a little different. But okay, so we'll come to that as well. But so I have to ask you what your horoscope is. I feel ashamed that I actually don't know.
I'm a Libra.
You're a Libra. It's funny. I was thinking about this, and I'm like, do I know Zelly's horoscope? And I was like, is she a Libra? And I was like, I'm not sure. Now that makes sense.
This honestly is turning out to be like one of those YouTube videos of how well does he know me?
Yeah. How well does he know?
How well do we know each other?
Yeah, let's
I know
just
yours.
put up flashcards.
I know yours.
I kind of am like the perennial Scorpio, though.
Yeah,
I kind of am
you're
like
the true Scorpio hands down.
yeah. I'm like the perennial Scorpio. I'm like the most emotional, like but also like conceals my feelings and stuff and all that stuff, but also creative, that kind of stuff. But Libra makes sense, and I'm now remembering the last time we talked about this, because Scorpio and Libra always make good friends.
Yeah.
They make a solid friend connection, and every Libra I've known is a bit of an entertainer at heart. Like different. You get them one-on-one. It's different vibes. And that should be. I think that's kind of pretty much everyone, but. But so would you say that energy allows you to effortlessly take on the role of being an entertainer?
You know what? I think it's kind of interesting how I'm learning more about that right now, because there's 3, right? There's like your sun, your moon, your rising.
Right. Yeah.
And so like my sun is Libra, my moon is Libra, and then my rising is Aquarius.
Oh, wow.
So learning more about it, I'm basically, can I cuss?
Yeah.
I'm basically like fucked. No, I'm basically fucked. I'm so cooked.
Why?
So cooked, bro. I'm so cooked.
Why?
It's horrible what they did to me.
Why is it horrible?
I cannot believe. Because, okay, first of all.
Kurt's here.
Hey,
What's up, Kurt?
Good to see you. Okay, so the reason why I'm so messed up is because, okay, being a Libra, first of all, you are, not me exposing myself.
Yeah, no, please do.
But, yeah, okay, so as a Libra, you are indecisive, but I'm going to explain.
Okay.
It's because, okay, our card is the Justice card. Like every horoscope sign has a card. Like
a tarot card?
Yeah. So you
really?
have your own.
I
don't know which one yours is, but I know mine
Tower.
is no.
I don't know.
The devil.
Yeah.
No. So basically mine is the Justice card.
Okay.
So, and also it's like the balance, right? So it's
Yeah.
like I feel like I'm always seeking balance, and that's why I'm a little bit indecisive, because I'm always trying to, it's not like we're two-faced or anything like that, how people say, because we can see both sides of the story, but it's because
that's Geminis.
we're literally, yeah, because we're trying to have balance, right? And so we're trying to seek justice all the time.
Yeah.
So it comes down to like what's the better option, or I don't know. So that's a problem that Libras have. Another one is that
that's something that we connect on too, because
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a Scorpio thing or not, but that's definitely a me thing.
Yeah.
Like it's like all right, like I've eased up throughout the years, but I am that person where it's like if you did something, I'm gonna fucking remember it,
Yeah.
like, and there's gonna be some at least conversation about it,
For sure.
So and we connect on that because that's a lot of the stuff that we talk about in private. So go on.
Yeah, okay. So another one I think is how we can be a little bit charming, flirtatious.
Yeah, and that gets you in trouble.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because too, like sometimes you're just okay, like I feel like it's a good and bad thing that you want to make people feel happy and feel good.
Right.
You're always giving compliments cuz like I feel like Libras love everything beautiful. Like I'm always complimenting people's fits. And I'm always like I'm not shy to give people their flowers. Like I
No.
love that.
Yeah, that is your thing.
Yeah,
That's
I
kind of your
love
thing.
it.
Yeah.
I love giving people compliments. I pay attention to detail, your, you know, your hair, your makeup, your fit, your vibe. Like, I just love that, right? And so, yeah, I can get you in trouble. Not just because, I do music or whatever, but I feel like it's also, like, just part of my personality.
Yeah,
You know?
when you carry a certain magnetism, it brings with it attention, and
Yeah.
sometimes it's unwanted attention, and
Yeah.
so that can
Or
cause.
sometimes it's like, fuck, what am I even doing,
Okay, all right,
Like,
yeah,
it's unnecessary. Like,
yeah. It's just like you're doing too much. You feel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe like I need to smile less, Okay,
all
something
right.
like that. I would say that, and I feel like another thing that is like a true Libra thing is probably that. Well, what I recently learned, like Libra being in my moon, is that we can detach so quick. Like I'm able to detach quick, which is kind of bad, which has gave me some issues because I can go cold like this.
Yeah, that's also an Aquarius thing too. So you have like a
Yeah.
magnified like version of that, I guess.
It's so weird. And you know what? My best friend said that as we get older, we are more like our rising sign. So, and I've noticed some stuff about me lately
Okay.
that I like my alone time very
Yeah.
much. That's something we connect on
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
I love my alone time. I feel like when I'm outside, I feel like, it's so much energy that you take in, from
Yeah.
because you're always out and about or whatever. I'm always out and about. And so whenever I can just be alone, it feels so good to just be by myself. And there's nothing wrong with me. Sometimes I just don't want to talk. Sometimes I don't want to talk. I just want to be with myself. And I feel like I've heard that's like an Aquarius thing.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah. It is for sure. And you're like I get my social battery gets drained by like, being with a small group of friends. Like when you're out, like I can't picture like how long it would take me to like recover from that, cuz you're doing appearances at nightclubs and you're doing, live shows, and that's not only do you have to socialize and entertain, not only do you have to socialize and be present, but then you're also like putting out that energy to like actively try and entertain people.
Yeah,
Like
for
that's a lot of
sure.
energy.
No, for real. And I feel like, it's part of the job, really. Not like you're being fake. Like, oh, I have to be like this. No, because it's truly like part of my personality, Like, I feel like it's kind of weird because sometimes I feel like that's another Libra thing that I feel like, or maybe a me thing. I don't even know at this point. But it's like, I feel that I'm in the middle of like, I am outside and I'm being social.
Yeah.
But in real life, I'm pretty reserved. And people, when they know me, like, they say, like, oh, you're a little bit shy or whatever, like, in real life or whatever, like, it kind of, I feel like there's, like, another layer that people don't even know about me
Yeah.
once they know me, you know what I mean? And so, like, I've heard, like, all kinds of stuff. But it's, like, I don't know, like, I don't want to say that I'm an extrovert all the time because I feel like I also like not talking
Yeah.
and being away and like and sometimes it does get hard because it's like I can't stop. And even now, and not just me, but it's like even my friends, everyone that I'm with, it's like I'm constantly vlogging and just things like that I have to do because I have to put myself out there.
Yeah. And I mean, and that is the thing too, is like when you have that imagery that you need to uphold. First of all, I think there's a difference between exerting energy into being open and being fake. Like those are different things. Like even if you're not in the mood to be open and you put the energy forward to be open, I don't think that necessarily makes you fake. I think to be fake is just to be totally disingenuous and not mean anything you're saying. And I don't think that you do that. And I think there is a difference there. But also, you know, it's like, yeah, if you're this personality, you know, when you're out and you have to like sort of assume that role, then I could see it being difficult feeling safe to be your more reserved self and just feel like okay with maybe not necessarily running the show and being and always engaging everyone around you, to just kind of sit there and just chill. Like, you know, I can imagine it being difficult to feel safe doing that.
Yeah, and I feel like sometimes when people see that I'm, you know, like in my reserved mood, it's kind of like, what's wrong with you? Is something wrong? And it's like, no, this is me. It's just, you know, like sometimes it just feels good to just like, I feel like I appreciate whenever I can just like be able to like just be more like in my quiet mood.
Yeah.
And like people aren't like, what's wrong, or taking it personal or whatever. Because truly, like, I feel like we all need a space to come back and, you know, recharge. That's why I love coming home, because my family keeps me grounded. My friends keep me grounded. That's like what recharges me.
Yeah.
You know?
So I have a question for you. And it's kind of a two-part question. We'll get to the other part of it later, I suppose. But do you think people think that what you do is easy?
Yes.
They do, right?
Yeah. I think they think, this is what I think they think. I feel like they think that I'm out here like living la vida loca, you know, like just partying, being this party girl or whatever. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I am having fun. Like, okay, like something that I like to share is that it's so important to be your true, authentic self, because that way you're not faking it.
Yeah.
You're not like always trying to be like, oh, this is me at all times or whatever. Like, I feel like even me like doing the vlogs, sharing that side of me, allowing people to see more of my personality or whatever, it is kind of hard, because, you know, you're constantly feeling like you're putting yourself out there. It's a little cringe, and it's a little bit like, oh, like feeling like someone's judging you.
Yeah.
That's why people don't go after their dreams,
Yeah.
because they're afraid, you know, of people
absolutely
judging them or whatever. I said,
if their dreams have to do with social media in general, then people are deathly afraid of coming off cringe, of being overanalyzed, of like, you know, maybe not looking good on camera or looking good in a picture or whatever. Like, you know, absolutely. But this is the other thing too, and this is what I wanted to like really highlight here. It's like that all that content doesn't get posted by magic, you know, like you're doing content daily, you know, editing it, posting it daily. I don't know if you're editing and posting everything, but you're doing a lot of it, you know, if not all of it.
Yeah.
And, you know, while also you don't work a 9-to-5 job. You don't go to, you know, Chase Bank and sit down and work. Like the money you make, you work in your field or adjacent to your field, or, you know, you're working in your industry. And using that income to fund a music career, which is notoriously a fucking expensive career to try and fund.
yeah.
And, you know, and essentially being a social media personality on top of that.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is why I wanted to ask if you think that people think this shit is easy, because I wanted to put it out there and be like, you know, so people can, you know, maybe get some kind of inkling of like, yo, this shit's fucking not easy.
No, it's not.
At all.
No, because like like for example, like with the vlogs, right? Because I just feel like that's not, with the vlogs, I feel like I'm taking it a step further and connecting more personal with my supporters.
Yeah.
Because actually, like, as of lately, I've been getting a lot of messages from people, like my supporters, just telling me like, dude, like, I love the vlogs and, you know, all this stuff. But it is really hard. First of all, like I said, you always have to be ready. You always have to be vlogging, have the camera in everyone's face and all that. You know, also there's stuff that you don't want to share. Like, sometimes you just don't feel it, you know. But, like, yeah, it is hard work. Like, you have to be on point, because if you're not if you're not posting, you're not advancing. At least on what I do. You know,
Yeah.
like you have to be consistent. Like stories, TikTok, Instagram, now YouTube. It's a lot.
Yeah.
And it's different content for every single,
Yeah,
you know,
that
app.
is I mean, that's just like the wildest thing is like it is like like even one platform could be a full-time job. You know, like just
Yeah.
doing Instagram alone could be a full-time
Yeah.
job. Yeah, and you know, like look, my job is content. Like my job is content, and I don't post different content on different platforms. I can't like I can't physically humanly cannot do that. You know, so it's like, you know. So yeah, you know, that's why I wanted to put that out there,
It's
because it's
really
like, you know, let's
hard.
have a little fucking respect here. This shit is not fucking easy, and it's
It's
a lot,
not.
and it is a lot of, you know, which is why I thought you'd be a good guest too. Is it's a lot of shooting and editing video. You know, like there's a lot of that.
Yeah, it's so crazy. I'm learning more about it too. It's like now it's like, oh, if I thought that I had enough content, I gotta shoot more.
Yeah,
It's better to have more unused clips than not having
right.
enough clips, you know. And so just recording at all times, and also that's when the magic happens when you have the camera on. It's so many moments that I'm like, oh my god, I wish I had the camera on right now or whatever. Like you always have to have it on. But that's another thing too. Like I feel that people think I'm out here partying or whatever, that's easy or whatever, but it's not. And at the end of the day, I'm an entertainer. So it's like when I'm outside and stuff like that, I'm lucky that I do enjoy what I do, but it does have a lot of challenges, you know?
Yeah,
It comes with a lot of challenges, and um I think that even if people think that I'm just partying or that it's easy, um I feel that unless you don't have a job in social media, you won't understand.
yeah. You're not gonna understand.
And then the more you're in it, it's like the better quality you want your content, the better quality pictures you want. It's like I've seen how I've leveled up like throughout the years and stuff like that, and you know, also like being independent, you have to do a lot of stuff yourself, you know. And so it's like even when I'm outside, literally with my friends, I have to be working at all times, because then
Yeah,
if I don't, I barely even have any free time. So whenever I'm with my friends, my family, at any point, like I'm making content. So I just feel like I'm always working.
yeah.
Yeah. It moves fast. Social media is like fast.
Yeah, it
It
does,
moves fast.
you know, and you could fall into, you know, you could fall into. I mean, you know, there's a whole bunch of shit we can get into. Like, you know, your account can get shadow banned if you stop posting at a certain rate and whatever. So we'll come back into that. So before we get too deep into the weeds here, I need to ask you who your top 3 MCs are. I need to know.
Okay, for sure.
So yeah, please go. I love to hear this. I've been very curious to hear this.
But do you mean like MCs like in hip hop or?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, but you know, whatever. Who you could.
Cause like my favorite person of all time is Michael Jackson.
Really?
Yes.
That's not an MC though.
I know, but he's like my favorite artist in the world.
I mean, that's a good choice.
But like MC, like you mean like rappers?
Yeah.
It's very tough. Like currently, right this second,
Yeah, right.
like
this
what
second.
Kendrick Lamar did
I knew you were
as
gonna
of
fucking say
lately,
Kendrick Lamar. God damn it.
it sucks. It sucks
knew
to
you were
say
gonna- I
it
knew you were gonna say that.
because I don't like to be messy,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and excuse me, I don't like to be messy, and also I don't really like to focus on the drama.
I mean, he's got the song of the summer. You really can't get around that.
No.
There's no way to get around that.
But
It's the song of the summer.
I've learned a lot of stuff from Kendrick's style, because, you know, being a songwriter, you always want to study people that inspire you.
Yeah.
And so I saw a documentary where they break down how he writes. So basically, this is how I write now because of him.
Okay.
So color coded. So basically, everything that he writes rhymes. There's literally like they show it the breakdown of like how everything is color coded, like so everything in every bar has a color because everything is rhyming. It's crazy. I have to show you it. I have to show you it so you can see.
Okay.
But then I found this app that is called Rhyme Zone or something like that.
Okay.
Or Rhymers Block. I think
Okay.
that's the name of it. It's not sponsored, damn. But that's
free
the
promo.
app that I because people write on their notes.
Yeah.
They write. How do you write music?
I use notes.
Oh, you do
Yeah.
it like that? It's
I use
'cause
notes.
you're a real rapper. That's why people don't know. But Rob, he's a real rapper. Like he's a hip hop dude for sure.
Just low-key, just low-key.
But yeah, no, like for me, I do it on the phone.
Yeah.
It's just easier for me to store my
Yeah.
lyrics and stuff.
Oh no, yeah, I use my. I mean, like the notes app.
Oh,
is what I
okay,
meant.
okay.
Yeah.
But I use this one, and it's literally what Kendrick does, and it'll show you there how everything is color coded, and just the level of work that takes. Like you're literally rhyming everything, every
Yeah.
single word you want to rhyme. He's just like so advanced.
Yeah.
That's why he is who he is.
That's true. I mean, you
Lyrically.
can't really take much away from him. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a great deal of people that think he's the best of all time, or
Yeah.
he's best right now, and
The best right now for sure. I also think just like overall, lyrically and just as a business person, Jay-Z.
Yeah, well, that's a great choice.
Jay-Z is like such an inspiration. His story, he actually broke as a mainstream artist at 26.
Yeah.
Which is considered back then late.
Back then, it was
Yeah,
late.
it was
yeah.
super late.
Yeah. He was already like an OG. I mean, if you believe all the stories, and I mean, these are stories that are corroborated by other people that aren't even affiliated with him, or people that even have had beef with him. Like, if you hear like Cameron talk about this first time he met Jay, it's like, he like Dame is like, yo, you're gonna meet Jay, and it's like, Jay pulls up in a limo, and like they get in, and they have this like this
So
like
dope.
yeah, and it's
There's
like
so many good ones.
he was already an OG. Jay is like, just a cosign. That's I would say I think that he's the best of all time for sure.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I think him. And my third one, I'm going to give it to... See, I'm doing my Libra thing. I'm like, I'm suffering right now. I'm suffering right now.
I'm suffering.
I really am
It's so
suffering.
dramatic.
I would say Drake.
Okay.
But, with Drake,
I'm with you. 100% on that. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm a Drake fan.
me too.
I'm a Drake fan.
Like, I know a lot of people don't consider him, a rapper or whatever because, he's so versatile.
Okay,
But he really
don't
is.
understand that. It's just so
Yeah.
easy to, it's so easy to pile on to the hate. I mean, it's a little different right now because he pretty famously, and like most people will tell you that he like lost his beef, and he lost his beef with a very beloved artist in Kendrick Lamar. So he's kind of a little down bad right now. But I mean, so that's understandable. But beforehand, it's like it's just so easy to pile on and hate him because he's been on top for fucking 10 years. He's had the strongest run, I think, of any hip hop artist ever. Like by far, easily. And yeah, I mean, I fucking love Drake, so I'm right there. I'm
Yeah.
right there with you on that. A little, this is a little stuff that's a little too difficult
Wayne?
to defend right now, But
Lil Wayne, too.
yeah, Wayne. I mean, of course, and Wayne is a Libra, so there's that. So
look at
that makes
Yeah.
sense. Okay, all right, good. I love that. I'm glad we talked about that.
And that's just the dudes. Like, there's girls, too.
Yeah,
That's
of
why
course.
it's, like, really hard. It
It is hard.
It's really hard to pick in this side. There's
Yeah.
so many good
And
artists.
top 3 is like not enough.
No.
I just like,
I need a
if we get into like
top
top
20.
5, top 10, that's like a whole podcast,
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, I could literally just start, like if I had the time and energy to do a second podcast, I could just literally do like a podcast where we talk about top 10 MCs, and that could be a whole podcast. But okay, so how do you get your ideas for social media? Because I think
I
this is
study
something
it.
that people can actually benefit from, because
Yeah,
I think
for
you do
sure.
really well on social. I've always thought
Thank
that.
you.
And I'm pretty critical about people's social. I'll see it and I'll be like, this This is
Thank
not
you.
it. But I think you've always done really well on social, and that's not easy to stay consistent. So I think
Yeah.
it's like people could benefit from hearing you talk about this. I think.
You know, I've learned a lot of things about you through like your content, and like I've learned a lot of tips through your content, especially your production content.
Yeah.
And I study it.
Yeah.
I study it. Like I literally spend hours studying it. But you can also get in the habit of being so self-critical and not posting because
Yeah.
you're just consuming.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to kind of balance that, you know? And
It's hard to not want to do everything and be everything and be, and talk to
Yeah.
everyone. Like that takes a lot of self-regulation because you can't be everything and you can't talk to everyone. You have to talk to your people and you have to be you, So
Yeah.
like you said, if you're doing so much consuming, you get the urges. You're like, maybe I could be the next Lego influencer. You know what I'm saying? Like you start to go into that
But also
that
it's
kind of
to
thing.
try things because you never know, if you're gonna have a passion for a certain thing or whatever. Trial and error. Like
Yeah.
I think also, but if you just study it, I think that you get inspiration from that, and that's good.
Yeah.
But that's basically how I do it. And then two, I don't mind whenever I take ideas from like my friends or I take ideas from other creators and I just kind of remix them.
Okay. How many views does your most viewed music video have, and why is it not Money Dance? Why is it not Money Dance?
Oh my God, no.
Because that video
for
is hard as
real.
fuck.
It really is.
I use that video as an example. Like, still, like, I mean,
It's so good.
how long ago did we do that? Years ago.
It's like COVID.
Yeah,
Right before
It
COVID.
was, in 2019. Yeah, which is fucking 5 years ago now, almost 6
Mm-hmm.
years. I still will, like, send that video as an example of my work.
It's
Like,
so nice.
I love that video.
We put so much work into that.
That we did, yes.
The
that we
color,
did. Yeah.
the just the vibe.
Yeah.
We took our time
Yeah.
with that video and it came out
Yeah.
so good.
And your concept, your concept was great. Like all the different kinds of dancers and the different locations and and just the energy, like your energy in it is it's really strong. It's like it's good shit.
And you know what? Like I don't want to
Go watch that. Go
I don't
watch
want to be
Money
messy.
Dance.
I don't
all right?
want to be messy, but there's somebody who right after I posted my my video for Money Dance, there's an artist that had a bigger budget that's more definitely got a label bag and he went and used an idea that he took from Money Dance.
Wow, no way.
Yes, and I will show you later.
Okay, yeah, show me later.
But that happened, and I was like, it's so crazy because it's like we out here like doing things like within our budget, independent artist budget, and just to see that you can make an impact and you can inspire people. It doesn't bother me. It didn't bother me. I was just like, that's so crazy. Like, I know I'm not crazy because I know our work is so good.
Yeah.
It's just kind of because, like I feel like people have other kind of budgets,
It's wild how common that is, huh? Like for bigger artists to like kind of, like, I don't know, lose the juice. I don't know what I don't know what happens, what causes them to go and do that. And, I guess it's kind of natural to go and seek inspiration in your industry, in your field anyway. So, but it's like, hey man, like, don't you pay people to do this, to help you come up with ideas? Like, instead of going and stealing ideas from people who are, like working really hard to come up,
Right.
I hate to see that.
The only thing I feel like it is kind of sus is just how there's people that literally don't give you your flowers or aren't engaging with you, but it's like,
Oh, we talk about that.
that's just so weird to me. It's just like, okay, but you obviously inspired, but you're not, which is to each their own, I guess. You
It's
know,
just an ego thing. It's
it
just an
really
ego
is
thing.
really weird.
People don't, aren't as confident as they maybe could or should be in their craft or whatever, in their own self-worth in the context of their world that they're trying to, be creative or wherever they are. And so some people feel like, even thanking you for furthering them or helping them out, which I'm sure you have done a great deal of times, and I'd like to hope that I've done at least a handful of times. When you don't get the gratitude and the appreciation back, it's like, wow, like it feels bad, it sucks, but I really think that that's what it boils down to. It comes down to ego a little bit,
For sure. I realized something because we all go through those growing pains of feeling like, oh, why? You feel like whenever there's ego, you feel like, I just want it to be me, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, why are you copying me? And why this and why that? Which is so crazy, right? Because it does happen. But how I understand it now is that I see it as wow, you're so talented, you're so cool, and your light shines that, you're able to inspire other people. And how cool is that?
Yeah. It should
You're,
feel good. Yeah.
it's like a tree. It's like a tree, right? And you are the source. You're the root.
Yeah.
And the tree has all these leaves, and you're literally giving a piece of you, kind of like symbolizing, the leaf. Like you're literally just giving a leaf to somebody,
Yeah.
like you are the source still. And
Yeah,
I
but
think
what happens when they cut the tree down, like the giving tree? You ever
it's
seen it? Ever
but
read
you know
that?
what, the root never dies, baby.
That's true. The root's down there. The roots are down there in the
and
dirt with the
it
minerals.
doesn't bother me anymore. I'm actually very flattered that I can inspire people, and I made peace with that.
Yeah.
Because being independent, like I said, it's kind of
There's a lot of hang-ups, a lot of traps that you could fall into and
For
go and just
real.
get totally derailed. And you have been, I mean, easily the most consistent artist I've ever known, like by far.
it's so crazy. I can't believe it myself.
You've been going
can't
hard
believe it.
for damn near a decade. I've known you for a long time, and you've never there's never been a point where you fell off the map. There's never been a point where you completely put the brakes. I mean, I'm sure there's been periods of increased productivity and decreased productivity, and you're going through life stuff and all that.
Yeah.
We gotta also take time to manage that stuff too. But I mean, as far as consistency, you're up there. People need to really see that. I think
I feel it. And you know what? As of lately, I've been feeling a lot of love and respect from people.
Yeah.
From, I'm pretty sure there's haters out there, whatever. I don't care. But, but I do feel respect. I'm not going to lie. I feel good. And
I love that.
yeah, no, I feel really
I love
good.
that shit. Hell
I
yeah.
love your little clap you do.
We love that.
This is so great. Nah, for real. I'm very, very grateful that people are still supporting me till this day, and it's a lot of mental health that you gotta invest in yourself, also.
So that actually leads right into another question of mine, which is what motivates your creativity as an artist? What's the fire in there? What's the thing that really pushes you, that, you know what I mean?
To be real, I feel like I'm obsessed, and it's sick.
Okay.
I'm aware at this point. You gotta have a burning desire. And I actually learned that in a book, because I couldn't describe how I feel inside about this. It's literally a burning desire. You cannot shut it down. I tried. I tried to be normal. I really did. But I'm happy that I didn't, because I've made it this far, and it keeps getting better and better and better. It really does. If you don't give up, of course, I would say this. If you're not seeing growth, then you gotta learn when to pivot, you know, I would say. But I've seen growth, and so that motivated me, you know, because it's like this burning desire, and like you have these goals, but once you meet those goals, it's like, what's next, what's next, what's next, what's next? And I just feel like I love the thrill. I love that, the challenge.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the grind, which is really weird because I never thought that I would.
Yeah.
But I do. I do. I love the grind.
That's the fun part.
Yeah. I love, like, look, this is some weird stuff that just recently happened to me. And I have a vlog on my YouTube channel, so everyone can go check it out.
Yes.
But so weird. I had a video, and, you know, this video was kind of like, it happened so quickly. And, you know, I'm spending on videos, like I've had, you know, bigger budgets for some videos. For other videos, I've had less, smaller budget. And for this one, I had a smaller budget. I'm still spending because a smaller budget is still a couple hundred,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, it's something.
Yeah. And the thing is that when you have a video and you're independent, a lot of things can go wrong. And you have to learn how to be resourceful. And that whole thing that I'm telling you, like just the mental health, you have to be mentally strong and know how to solve things or how to start being resourceful. Like, okay, well, how can I, you know, I love that. Like at the moment, it is
Figuring it
uncomfortable.
out.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like, and maybe that's also like the Mexican in me and just like my dad's work ethic.
Tenacious.
Yes, my dad's work ethic, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, like I had this moment because everything was going wrong that day. And I really thought that was that. And I was really asking myself, like, is this it? Is this it for me? Like I had one of those moments, you know? Because
Wow.
mentally,
Yeah.
it was just really tough, you know? And so, and I was just dealing with a lot around that time. And I was just like, dude, it's like, how is it that I'm giving them my all and something like this can be ruined? Like, I don't get it. And then I was like, no, I just got my lashes done. I'm not going to ruin my lashes. And I'm not going to cry because that's not going to help me. I'm just going to make it happen.
Yeah.
Because I can do that. I can make it happen. So the story was that I had someone that was going to let me borrow their car, one of my homies. Dude, literally, I had been talking about this for a while, even like days before we confirmed what I had a backup. And that day, he went ghost on me. Completely ghost. Not even answering the phone to let me know what was going on. Nothing. Just ghost. Just ghost. And you know what? I had no other prop. I had no studio.
Yeah.
Nothing. Like that was my prop, my studio. Like the whole vibe was supposed to be a car, and it was gonna be a video like that, like a quick video.
Yeah.
And I had invited a couple girls to come to the video. Only 2 of them showed up, which is perfect. But out of
Two's
everybody,
better than 1, and 1's better than 0.
Yeah. And so this is what I did. I had no car, and I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to the spot. And I'm just going to call an Uber. I'm going to order an Uber, and I'm just going to give the guy some bread for him to let me use his car. That's how I'm going to solve that. Because I tried Turo. I had that app, like, to get another car. Because I had a vision for how I wanted the video. And I tried getting it, but the car that I wanted, it wasn't available the day of. Mind you, I had to shoot the video within an hour of all of this happening. Right? And I still had to get ready. Like it was so much going on.
Because you've got the camera operator and the girls that are showing up, and they're all showing up at this time, and you've scheduled this time to that time. Okay, yeah.
And also, I had planned to get a still shot from the video for my cover art. So it was like all tied in, and I just had the pressure of turning it in. Blah, 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 like all that, whatever, right?
Right.
So I'm like, oh my God, it's time sensitive, whatever. I show up to location. I hit up the Uber, over black.
Yeah.
I get a badass Suburban.
Oh.
And the guy, and that's literally the type of vibe that I wanted, you know, because
Yeah.
it was for like a Mexican song. Like it just looked so hot. Like I just knew it, and it had to be black. Like it was so good. We were wearing black and red with the buildings in the back in the street.
Have I seen this? Is
I
this
don't
out?
know.
I haven't seen
Yeah,
this.
it is out.
Okay, you guys.
Yeah,
show
I
me
just
it.
dropped
Yeah.
it recently.
We'll put a link. We'll put a link to in the description
Yeah.
for this video.
And so, the driver's name, shout out to Lawrence. His name is Lawrence.
Good shit, Lawrence. We love that. We love Lawrence.
We love it. And I promise you, I felt like he was an angel.
Yeah?
Like, there's no way that he pulled up. He did not at any point treated me bad or complain or anything. I actually tried to give him a pretty good tip. He told me that was too much. He was like, "What's going on? You're just giving away money?" No, I don't need all that. And like, he was literally fighting me to tip him. He didn't even want to accept the money.
Wow.
Tell me if that's not a miracle.
That's very nice of him.
Very,
What a
very
guy.
nice.
Yeah.
And I just felt like it was just, at that moment, something clicked in my head, and I was like, you know what? This is meant to be, and I'm meant to be doing this. And I need to calm down. And that's another thing, just like, that helps to know how to deal with conflict, deal with your emotions, how to be emotionally intelligent. And, you know, if I would have just cried, like, what was that going to do?
Yeah.
Nothing. You know, I had to go and do it. And even then, like, I really had to fight my vibe, my energy, because I was mentally not there, you know? And my friends, my video guy, Henzo, I've talked to him about you so much. I can't wait for you to meet him.
That's what's up.
He's
Yeah, I
really
haven't met
dope.
him yet.
And so he was just like, no, like, you're a star. You do what you do, and that's it. Just focus. You're here now. You're going to make the best of it. And you know what? I was tripping. I felt at the end of the day, I had a horrible day. And at the end of the day, I was just like, man, like, this was so tough. But I loved it. It's like pain that you just end up learning to love. And I won again.
Yeah.
You know? I won again. I did not let life take the belt. I took the belt.
Yeah.
You know, and that made me feel really good. And, like, it's not just me. I have friends that are mainstream artists who deal with this type of stuff. Like, literally, I've been having this conversation with so many people that, you know, life literally is not like this. It's like this.
Yeah.
At whatever bracket. Wealthy people, poor people, medium, you know, wealth people, whatever. It goes like this. Literally, like, it's never like just happy.
Yeah, no, of course
So
not.
I just learned that, you know, whenever I'm like right here, is like just live in the moment and just try to just live it up, because it's gonna go like this at some point,
Yeah.
you know. But like, that's when you gotta work on yourself and not give up, so you can, you know, enjoy life a little bit better.
Yeah.
Because I used to be so stressed, bro. Like, literally, I used to get anxiety attacks. I feel like I'm barely starting to really enjoy what I do, because I was so stressed that I wasn't enjoying. Like, there's so many moments that I wish I could go back to, that I'm like, damn, like, that's so dope.
Yeah.
You know, like, literally selling out shows that you throw and having your whole hometown come to support you, that's surreal to
Hell
me.
yeah.
And I feel like those are like little moments that I feel like I wish I could go back to, because I was just so focused on surviving, you know, and just like.
That's an artist thing. That's what we do. Because we care about the outcome, and we care about what we're putting out there, that it matches the vision, that it comes out right and all that. But, you know, And I think that's something that really it comes with experience. Hopefully, it comes with experience. Is that it's not that serious.
No,
It's not that
it's
serious.
really not.
And
It's
we should
really
be
not.
enjoying ourselves, and we should plan and should put the effort into setting things into motion, and we should do our best to make it happen the way it needs to, the way we want it to happen. But then once we've done all we can do, like we should be able to also enjoy ourselves, and that's something that it seems like you're coming into that yourself, and I love that for you.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Because why would we want to be miserable?
Right. Exactly.
It sucks.
That's not fun.
It's not.
And it's the reason why why you pursue a life as a creative. It's like, it's not just because you're like trying to avoid some kind of quote unquote regular life. The point is to have fun. The point is to create and express yourself and be able to like kind of thrive in that and enjoy that.
Yeah.
So it's like if you're missing out on that because you're always so stressed out and you're always taking it so seriously, then believe me, I know exactly what you mean about like there's moments you'd like to go back to. I feel the same way. Like there's things that I've been through and done where it's like, I was not able to enjoy it because I was so stressed, but love that for you. All right. So how many, I got to ask this, how many videos do you post to social media per week? Would you say roughly?
You know what? I used to post daily on Instagram.
So
on my feed.
One per day on Instagram. So that's
I would say
7-ish days.
I used to.
Yeah.
But now I am super active 24/7 on my story.
Right.
And I feel like it's more personal with the story, and I feel like I connect with a lot of people and like they kind of see what you're up to and stuff like that. And then on my reels or my feed, I do post, but I feel like I'm so picky with what I post on there because I see Instagram as my portfolio.
Yeah.
So
which is, essentially it kind of is that.
Yeah, so I don't really just post unless that I feel like I really, really like this, or it goes with my vibe. But with Reels, that I think is a really cool feature is that you can get them off your feed.
Yeah.
So you're a little bit more consistent on that end, and you can monetize. So it's pretty nice. On TikTok, I'm posting every day. And on YouTube, I'm posting maybe like once every 2 weeks.
I mean, to me, that sounds like what, like 10 videos a week. I mean, that's just ignoring whatever you're posting in your story, which also is content.
Yeah.
That's a lot of output.
Really is. I actually tried doing YouTube every week, like one video per week, and it was so hard.
Yeah.
It was extremely hard to edit all that because I still had to, edit everything else and shoot the content, and it was just too much. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to put that stress into my life because I feel like I have different audiences. I have people that like YouTube more. I have people that consume my content more on Instagram. I have people that consume my content more on TikTok.
Yeah.
So I feel like, okay, I'm still being active. I just feel like I would like to get to posting every week on YouTube because my goal is to be able to, like just grow on there more. But man, editing is really hard.
Fucking A. It takes
Shooting
time.
it and editing it.
It takes time. Yeah. So to follow up with that, this is like kind of like a 3-part thing. But the first part of it is with all that posting, how is there a lot of pressure to feel like you need to stay current?
For sure. 100%. When I tell you how grateful I am for my friends and my family for being so supportive, because like this whole time I'm working. You see me, I'm still working. I'm over here pulling up with my camera,
Yeah.
And it's like moments that are supposed to be for us, but they don't judge me. They don't judge me because I have to, hold a camera, and I'm just like super grateful for that, honestly. But it's
and I mean,
it's hard.
just in the side, like just to sidebar into that, it's like, yeah, those moments are like maybe there's something lost or missing in that. I don't necessarily feel that way, but the benefit though is that like you're capturing memories.
Yeah.
Stuff that like who knows, like stuff that when you're when you're old, you're gonna be able to look back. You and your family is older. You guys are gonna be able to look back on that and be like,
For
oh
sure.
shit, remember this? Like,
Yeah.
and you wouldn't have it if
Yeah.
you weren't doing that. If you weren't constantly capturing video.
Yeah. And also, like, I have really cool friends and just peers,
Yeah.
and I feel like we do pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
And I just feel like it's really cool to just give an insight, to, like what really goes on. But yeah, like it is hard. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, but I feel like I'm getting the hang of it more, and
Yeah.
more and more and more, like with the content. And I truly like making content for people. I do.
How? All right. One of the like you among others are one of the people that I get new slang from. I like to stay up on new slang, even
Okay.
though I am a 39-year-old white guy. I like to stay up on slang. You though are always like right there, and so the question is, how do you do that? How do you do that? And also, how fast? Like, is there like a gestation period? Is there like, all right, we're gonna let this breathe and see if this like slang term like really catches on, or is it like right away we'll try it out and see how it feels? Like, how is there any thought at all into it? It's just, or is it just like totally natural? Comes natural.
It's crazy. I first use things as a joke.
Yeah, I think everybody does that a little bit.
As a
little
joke.
bit, yeah.
There's some words that I feel like, like stick better than others.
Yeah.
But I get my slang from making music, hearing music. Also,
true.
I got nieces and nephews that be putting me on. And my friends also. And, just me, like, loving hip-hop.
Of course.
I think it's just part of it. Like, it just does.
It is part of the game. I think that's kind of why I also love slang and love new slang and love to I mean, everything comes from somewhere.
Yeah, like right now, one of the words that's like super popping right this second is demure.
Demure.
Very
Yeah,
demure,
I'm
very
already on board with
mindful.
demure because demure
This is
is
very
fun.
demure of us.
Yeah, this is very
Right
demure.
here,
It's very
a little
mindful.
White Claw.
And it's
Very
just
demure
a
thing.
little white. We would need like a martini glass.
Yeah,
Like,
we're and it's funny because the joke really is like, honestly, I feel like there's moments that I feel like I am in my demure era. But let's face it, like we're the opposite of demure at many times. So it's like, we're not even at this point. It's just like a joke or whatever.
It's just so fun. It's just so
but it's
fun
very
to
funny.
say though. Like
Yeah.
it's so fun to say. And all right. So and here's the other thing about this. Like, and I'm curious to see what you think about this. Like, you ever notice like people start saying something, it starts bubbling up and it starts being said, and then like all of a sudden there's like people on social media that are like so angry about it.
I hate that.
What is that?
Yeah.
Why? I don't understand the anger. Like if you think it's stupid, and you don't like it, just don't say it.
Yeah.
But I don't understand the like getting angry about it. What is that?
I feel that people project a lot. And I think that, I don't know, like I still don't understand because like there's a lot of things I don't agree with. But I'm never like putting that energy out. I just don't fuck with that. You know what I mean? Like a word. Like, why are you so upset?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
But for me, not every word I'm gonna use. Like, there's so many words right now. Like, dude, and having my nieces and nephews, I learned slang that it's not even.
It's on the cusp. Like,
Yeah,
shit's not even
it's
out
some
yet.
weird stuff that's going on
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
just not
Like,
even out
yeah,
yet. Yeah, I've seen a video where it's like this. It's this mother and her daughter, and the mother says like the millennial slang term, and then the daughter says the
Yeah.
I guess the kids right now it's called Gen A.
Yeah.
So that's new. Like we're already out of Gen Z. I didn't even know Gen Z was over, but this is Gen A. So yeah, I've seen like but it's like some stuff came back, like yeet and fucking
Or get is like ass.
yeah.
You know,
That
and
Sigma, that's new
Sigma
too.
Alpha.
Like, I want to say Sigma. I just don't
I
know
like
when to
Sigma.
say it. I don't know when to say it.
Sigma,
When do you
okay,
say it?
so like Sigma is when you're like the best of the best. You know,
Yeah.
you're like an alpha. Like you're
Okay, so it's like
You're Sigma.
like the step above alpha. Yeah. Okay, but like when do you say it? Like when like all right, like you be like how like use it in a sentence. Can you use it
I
in a
would
sentence?
use it as like okay, Sigma.
Okay,
You know,
all right,
I
all
would do
right. It's
something
like I
like
see
that.
you. I see you. Okay.
Yeah,
Like, see
I would
you in
use
your-
it
in
like
your
that.
Sigma
I'm pretty
vibe.
sure there's other ways that people, say it.
Yeah.
But I think that's a cool one.
Yeah.
There's another one that is like Ohio.
Ohio. I was just gonna say Ohio. I was just
Like,
gonna say Ohio.
yeah.
Like if you're crazy or why or like
Ohio is what I'm understanding from these kids.
Uh huh.
Ohio is like the uncool thing.
Really?
Yeah.
So like whatever is so if something is uncool, it is Ohio.
Yeah.
That's
There's like
very fucking funny.
very Ohio energy. You know?
That's
like
great.
Yeah, or like aura.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
aura is like the new like vibes.
Aura is the new
Aura.
vibe. Yeah, but Aura is. I feel like Aura is. I feel like Aura has really never quite gone away. You know, like
Yeah.
Aura, but it's not. But it's not. It's. I suppose it's not really been that, like in the forefront of pop like slang being used.
There's another one that is like skibbity toilet.
Oh yeah, that I don't know. I
That
don't
is
get
so
that one.
weird.
That's the thing. My thing with that is that like that's a lot to say. That's a lot of syllables for me. You know, I need something that's fast.
That's where I'm gonna say no. I'm not
Also,
gonna
like
use
that one that might be I might be a little too old to say that. You know, like
Yeah.
I feel like no matter what, I'm gonna get looked at sideways if I say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, not that I'm not with it, but like I don't think I can pull that off.
I'm good.
You
I'm
know?
good on
Yeah,
that word.
that's it.
Yeah.
So this is an artist question. I think about this stuff all the time. Honestly, I don't know why I still think about it, but I do. What would you say if I had to ask you to quantify the it factor? You know, like how would you quantify it or describe it, and how important do you think it is for success? Is it necessary? Is it like, does it not matter, or does it help? Just help, or is it not? You know, like expand on that for me. That thought.
Yeah. What I can say about it is that me being here right now is and thinking more of like music industry like as a business. For example, I have my own label right now. And so I'm thinking about the future. In the future, I would like to help artists.
Yeah.
And I would have, I'm sure, like the network and, hopefully the financial side to, support other artists. And I feel that me, as being like an executive, I would definitely have to invest in someone who has the it factor. And it factor, I'm talking about like just overall, like your energy, the talent, the work ethic. Why? Because you don't have to be perfect, because if you have those three things, I feel like you can polish it. So do I think it's important? Yes, I do. Like, I've known since I was little that I like to entertain. Like, I've literally always entertained my family. And just of like, I just feel like, I don't know, I think it is important to have it because, I don't know, can you develop it? I think you can.
That's interesting.
I think you can, but it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. I don't know. Do you think like there's some people that you meet that it's something about them. Like it just have it.
Yeah, it's
You
like a
know?
certain it's like a certain magnetism or charisma or something. Because it's like some people who have it, like you get around them and you can feel it, but like they're not even anybody that you would even want to kick it with.
Right.
So that's what's very odd about it. Which is why I've always felt like I've always felt like it is not something that you can develop. I've always felt like it's just there and it's some kind of special. I don't. God knows what. I mean, that's why it's just called it, because there's no
Right.
real way to describe
Yeah.
it. But yeah, and it's. I feel like you. This is what I'll say. I don't know about if you can develop it, but I know you can lose it. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, for
You can
sure.
lose it.
Yeah. You know what? I think that you can lose it if you don't feed your soul.
Yeah.
I think that's something that I learned because that was kind of happening to me when I went to college. I'm not saying people should not go to college, so don't come for me.
Yeah.
But I did. I went to college. Like I had, like regular life
Yeah.
for a whole year, and I felt like I was losing myself. Like I felt like it didn't make sense.
It wasn't for you.
I was unhappy.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Nothing
you
wrong
do.
with that.
You
There's
do
nothing
lose
wrong
it.
with that.
I feel like you can lose it because you're not doing things that feed your soul.
Yeah.
Whether it's like, and it doesn't even have to be like an artsy thing.
Yeah.
Say like, it's kind of like when you surround yourself with like negative energy, it'll drain you. It'll change you. You're not
Yes.
gonna be that person. Whenever you remove yourself from a toxic energy or environment, you glow. People are like, wow, you look so good and you're shining, you're glowing, blah, blah, blah. But it's because you're in a different space, in a different light. So it's important to feed your soul, because if not, then you just, I don't know, like it goes away for sure. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. That's good. That's a great quote. That's great. We love that. That's gonna be an Instagram reel for sure. All right. All right. I got two more for you.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's always Zelly vibes setting the vibe, and no one ever says what's Zelly's vibe. What is the ideal, like, if it, like, let's just put it in the context of just like a night. If your perfect night, or it could be like the whole day, it could be just a night, whatever the fuck, but like setting the vibe. What is Zelly's vibe?
I'm going to say it. That is sleeping in.
Uh-huh.
I love sleeping in. Like, yeah. Maybe also because I'm a night owl, But yeah, I'd say that a perfect day would be unpopular opinion, right? Because I know people are gonna. I don't live with my parents, but I love when I'm with my parents, with my family.
Oh, that's sweet. That's
Yeah,
nice. We
and
love that.
so, but the reason why I bring this up is because what's perfect is like when, like for example, when I come visit, I be staying with my parents.
Yeah.
And so it's like really cool to like get up. My mom wants to make breakfast. Who doesn't like your mom to cook for you? Like, what the hell? That's a perfect day in my life, And so, yeah. And then I like to hang out with my friends. Maybe some music, some food, a little,
Yeah.
a little,
Yeah.
what else? And that's it.
So
I'm
it's
very
a low key
simple.
night, like with friends and music.
Yeah.
See, that's me too. I'm exactly the same way.
Yeah, I'm so chill. Like, but then, that's like that version, but like also I do like doing nothing.
Yeah.
Like I like to chill and do nothing. Like,
What are you
literally.
doing when you're doing nothing? Just scrolling
Yeah.
or watching like something on?
Yeah,
Yeah?
something that I want to watch, which is not that often. I don't really be watching a lot of stuff because, like, if anything, like I'm always studying or like preparing my post or
Yeah.
like what I'm about to do. But yeah, I like doing nothing. Like I like being in bed, recharging. I like going and eating by myself, taking myself out.
Yeah,
and just eating.
all right, that's an Aquarius thing. I've heard. This is a very
Yeah, look at
Aquarius
me.
thing.
Yeah, I like picking a restaurant and
Yeah.
going and sitting by myself. I like that.
I didn't know you do that. I did not know
Yeah,
you do that.
I like being in my home setup and just recording myself.
Yeah.
I just get lost for hours.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. That's okay. See, this is the information we need about Zelly Vibes. All right. I got one last one for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, for the kids, for young people coming out who would like to be a successful artist, who would like to support themselves with their own craft,
Mm-hmm.
and create a social media following and, ambassadorship and endorsements and these things, what do you say to them?
I would say that you got this. It's not easy at all. It's not. And it's okay to feel like you don't fit in. It's okay to feel like no one gets you. And it's okay to take your time. Remember that you measure your own success. And you have to invest time into working on yourself, like taking care of your mental health, because you won't be able to get through things. I swear. Like, you gotta have thick skin. You gotta really want it. And that's like with just anything in life that you do. Don't half-ass nothing. Like, give it your all. And also learn to network. Be genuine with your relationships. Try to be the best person that you can be, because that's what you're gonna attract. And play your role. Play your role. Be humble. Have goals. Execute. Work with what you have. Stop waiting for something to be perfect. Stop waiting for someone to come and knock at your door for an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And if you need help, ask for help. Like, I'm not gonna say that everything's gonna go your way, but there's people out there that maybe they won't do it for you, but they're gonna give you guidance. They're gonna give you advice. And also, even if they don't, by you just observing, you can learn a lot. And I feel that those are the only things I could say.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Yay, Zelly Vibes. Oh, please. All right, so please share your socials and YouTube and anything that you have coming up that you want people to check out.
What's good, mi gente? It's your girl, Zelly Vibes. I am from Las Vegas, and you can find me on all social media at Zelly Vibes. I do music in Spanish, in English. I do reggaeton, regional, R&B, tap in with me.
Zelly, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Yay, Zelly Vibes. We did it. It's a good one.
We did that.
It's a good one.